locker room, and we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On the counter, Elliott.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On the return, Carter. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Michael set. 19.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. 4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their 2nd-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Prescott to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss.
And look at this. It's a fake. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And that will force a turnover on downs. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd down now. It's Miller, and on this one he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
This is it. 19. Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 1st down, Watson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Get set. 19.
Mike 54. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Watson with a give to Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Get set. 19.
Hey, eat.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back. 24. Mike 55.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The give is to Elliott. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. 11 yards there. First down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Push him back. Push him back.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Come
on. What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
At their own 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really
trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
25 yards that time.
Everyone, slide in. 41's the mark. Hey, pick your game up. 26.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over first down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, yeah.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. I got you.
Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Buying time to his left. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Watson. And this is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike 59! Mike 54! Mike 54!
Out of the gun, Watson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He's going to fire one, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT, 39 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now Prescott, over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott from the gun. Going right side, he has Witten. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
16 yards. And a Cowboy first down.
There you go. Go right in. Check 41. Go, going to 53.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run by Foreman to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, here's Watson. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
Put it down. Line him, go.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Austin. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 25-yard line.
Everybody, go right in.
Watch it, five. Can't keep his tracks. Let's go.
Again, it's Elliott.
Let's go.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. They'll roll him out right. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Fells has it, left side. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 50. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Antoine Woods able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Watson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, let's get this. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Go. Go. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
What is that? 19. 54 Mike. Stop your whining. Back, back, back. Jack.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, 59. Hey, watch that. Check. Nine, go. Mike, 54.
Back to throw, Watson. And he he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Well, in my time in football, I've yet to see a playbook that draws up offensive plays designed to lose yardage. A running play loses yardage on first down. They try and throw it, take a sack on second down. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on third down?
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Watson operating from the gun. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Texans have broken the tie. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston, it's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott now from the 50. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott to throw it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, 30 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, 59! Line 55! Line 55! He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hey, 31!
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. Well, they're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
25, check 25, check 25.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 480. Watch 55. Hey, defense, let's go. 47. Mike, 26.
1st down, Prescott. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. Here comes Carter. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check three, check three.
They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Will Fuller was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Malik Collins. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here's Austin. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was the safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Set. 19. 54. Mike 54. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Watson now to throw. And Miller with it over the middle. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a second down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Watson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Let's go, D.
Now Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Go, go, go. Hey, kill.
Now Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Prescott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Prescott to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Watson now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions. Throwing
again is Watson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
3rd and long, it's Watson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. A 1st down carry by Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now what can Prescott do in the OT? Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Now Prescott on 4th down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
54. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
From the 41, Watson eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Come on, QB, come on. Right there, 54, right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Mike 31. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Watch tight end.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Prescott escaping. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
From the 50, it's Watson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Back to throw, Watson. And that is incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Come to Wild World. We won't.
Out of the gun, Watson. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Robert Quinn picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
At the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's caught. It's Miller. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Who's that? 19!
Right there, 54 Mike.
A carry for Foreman, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage game there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say, get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
A give the first man through, Gillespie of the fullback. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal's from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for